Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chadoodling, glad to see you guys made it to the final part of the Footwear Sketch to Vector series, getting our designs ready for Instagram. So today I'll be showing you how I prepare my background and the layout I use for posting on IG. So let's get started. Okay, so let's make our background. So for the background, what I do is I make two gradient rectangles. So they represent both the floor and the wall. So we do this in order to establish a parting line between both floor and wall. Okay, so first of all, how do I choose the colors of the background? I usually use similar colors, but ones that don't blend into the design because you need the colors to present the design, not hide it. Okay, so let's make the rectangles. So I'll be using snap here. Okay, so when you're editing gradients, you have to go to the gradient panel. So actually what I have here is both of them are blue and pink, but I want to change this to one of our darker colors like that. And then I want this to be less. There we go. And then also this has transparency. Take away the transparency, just make it 100. And that looks good. So this bottom one, make sure they're aligned like that. And this one has a bit of transparency, but there's a reason for that. We're gonna leave that just like that for now, and then make sure to make the scans layer invisible. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a shadow because since we've established that this is a floor, there has to be a shadow. So it's very easy to do that. Just click on the ellipse tool and then make an oval, color it black, and there you go. You have a shadow for your footwear. Let's make this a bit longer because the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a feather to it. So like that. I think I'd like more feather since this is a big shadow and there's a huge distance from the top and bottom. Okay, and then let's add transparency, multiply around 30%, maybe a bit more, 50, yeah. And then let's make this a bit closer, something like that. Yeah, there we go. So now you've established the shadow. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna lock your background layer, and then we're going to select both everything from the tooling and the upper layer, and then we're going to click and drag. Okay, and now we're gonna make a group, Control G. Okay, so now it's one single group, right? And then go to transform, reflect, make sure it's horizontal, and boom, you have something of the opposite orientation. So what we're gonna do here is we want this to be represented as a reflection. So how do we do that? First of all, you have to send it. So we have to send it just above this layer. So we have to put it on the background layer. So Control X, which is cut, select this one, and then Control F. So it's directly above it. As you can see, it's slightly under the shadow. So make another copy of this one, which is the floor color. So Control C, Control F, and then move it up by 1. So that's, if you want to move up just one layer or just one object above, it's the control, no shift, just control special parenthesis, and it's there. So now you can clearly see there's a reflection, and the floor is much more obvious. So this is how I like presenting my work because it feels more premium. Okay, so that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. So this is when you're just doing one presentation, this already looks good. But since I said this is for Instagram, this is what I usually do. So lock up the tooling and upper layer and then just make a copy for the background. So press Shift O. This allows us to copy a canvas and then make a copy. So there you go. And then lock this one also and make another copy. Make sure they're aligned right beside each other. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to drag the background. Now, the reason why we're doing this is sometimes when you upload on Instagram, um, you don't actually see a lot of the details when you're just viewing on Instagram and it's just one panel. But because the sliding effect of a collection of pictures on Instagram makes it look like one long picture, this is a great way to present your work. So make a copy of the tooling in upper. So just select everything. Whoops. And then make a copy here. Put it in the middle. And then just scale it up, expand it. So at least this way, they'll be able to appreciate the detailing and the textures more. Okay. Then let's go back to background. Now, I don't usually keep the reflection when I'm doing the large design, but for this case, I think I'll keep it. And then let's move the shadow. And we have to enlarge it also. We have to scale it to our design. And there you go. Now you are IG ready. So all you have to do is Control Alt S, make export. Make sure it's on JPEG, use artboards, and then make sure the range is, well, for the number, always check the number of your canvas. So the number of my canvases are 6, 7, and 8. So when you're exporting, you can specify only which canvases you're trying to export. So 6 to 8. There we go. And then RGB, this is correct. Keep it at 10, and then just keep it at 72. Because if you use any of these other ones, what happens is Illustrator scales it up automatically, but you don't want that because when you go above 1080 by 1080, Instagram scales it down for you, and usually there's a lot of fragments and a lot of details that get lost. So just keep it at 72 dpi. Then just click OK. And now, when we go to our folder, you'll see that the JPEGs are ready. And there you go. 6, 7, and 8. And that's the end of our tutorial. I hope you guys learned enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you want to check out my Instagram, I have multiple backgrounds for you to, so you can check out how I do it. There's many ways to present your work. If you guys have any suggestions or questions or things you want me to explain, feel free to leave a comment down below. So as always, thumbs up if you like, and if you want to learn more, subscribe. So bye guys, thanks.